What is the book of Adam and Eve? And does this book help solve the missing questions found in Genesis? When we look among the lost books of the Bible, there are two books called Adam and Eve, 1 and 2. These books claim to tell a much detailed story of Adam's life, after he was expelled from the Garden of Eden. Some of the contents mention how Adam survived after he entered the Cave of Treasures. God's promise to sacrifice himself for the sins of the world through Adam's seed. And how Cain, Adam's son, married his sister. Such extraordinary claims. However, when we put this book to the test, we see that it falls short and is a work of fiction. Let's start with the prophecy of the second book of Adam and Eve, chapter 8 verse 10, where Adam says to his son Seth, "O my son, hereafter shall a flood come and overwhelm all creatures, and leave out only 8 souls." Here, we see Adam claim that only 8 humans would survive the upcoming flood of Noah's time. Now fast forward to the last chapter of the book, where it reveals those who would survive the flood. It reads, "Altogether, not one of our fathers or of their children remained on that holy mountain, except those 3, Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah. For all the rest went down, and none remained on it but those 3 men." So we see the prophecy made by this book never came true. As it stated earlier, 8 people would survive the flood. However, only 3 survivors remained in the last verse. Even more problematic is that all survivors were men. As this book earlier claimed that Adam was the first man to exist on the earth, and that no other families existed. Which means another prophecy of God cannot be fulfilled through this book, because no more women exist to bear children but the 3 men. The whole book of Adam and Eve fails miserably. This is just one of the many problems found within the book of Adam and Eve. And to seal the deal, we see in the introduction to the book of Adam and Eve, state that it was written by unknown Egyptian authors. And that it has been already labeled as pseudepigrapha among scholars. Meaning this book is a falsely attributed work with no true author to verify. In the end, this book doesn't fill any answers found from Genesis. It only solidifies more criticism and doubt to its account. Which makes this a book very easy to discard.